Tinubu in tears as Buhari have finally come out to speak regarding everything that is happening in Nigeria right now. Tinubu said Buhari left Nigeria in total debt. He said he inherited debt from Muhammadu Buhari, but Buhari have finally come out to speak. He shook the light table. He have finally spoken regarding everything that is happening in Nigeria and what Tinubu is doing in Nigeria at the moment. The hidden cabal, the secret cabal in the Aso Rock chamber have finally been unmasked in the early hour of today. Come and see things in this video. Tinubu was called an old thief in the early hour of today. Tinubu have finally been named a tinky thief. Come and see what is going on, how they form their PDAPC and all of that. Everything have been exposed. Things are happening in this country. I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Give it a thumb up so that to be recommended for us. Their secret is finally out. The cabals in the Aso Rock are on the run right now. And Tinubu himself is in serious trouble at the moment. So stay connected to the end of this video. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should believe you find for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let it know. A big thanks to all our returning subscribers. Thank you for checking back on our videos on our day-to-day happenings in the political zone. Another kasala finally burst in the political zone today. Tinubu said something some days ago. He said Buhari left Nigeria in total debt. He said that is why he cannot even perform at the moment, and that is what is trending on media. And a lot of people have come out to different social media platforms and they are going to different media houses to speak on behalf of Tinubu. They said it is because Buhari regime left Nigeria in total debt. That is why Tinubu is doing everything possible to come out of the debt and all of that. So that is the memory verse right now in the APC camp. So now Buhari have finally come out to speak regarding the whole issue, and he have finally come out to speak regarding what Tinubu is doing right now in the Aso Rock chamber. So due to the analysis today, we are meant to know how PDAPC was formed. PDP ruled this country for 16 years. How PDP was generated, how APC was formed, and the people that orchestrated it, the hidden cabals in the Aso Rock, all of them have been exposed. It was said that during the regime of Buhari, there are some hidden cabals in the Aso Rock chamber that are dictating to Muhammadu Buhari. Everything that Buhari is doing is not on his own dictatorship. There are some cabals that are knifing, they are mafiaing the money of Nigeria and all of that. So all of them are exposed today. Come and see show. Come and see the people behind the problem of Nigeria. A lot of people think it is only Tinubu that is the problem of Nigeria at the moment. It is not only Tinubu. Tinubu is not even a big problem of Nigeria. The real problem of Nigeria, they are there in the APC camp. All of them are exposed at the end of this video. I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it, give it a thumb up so that YouTube will recommend it for us. Tinubu was called a tinky thief today. Tinubu said he inherited debt from Muhammadu Buhari and all of that. And a supplementary budget of 2 trillion was released to Nigeria and all of that. And out of that supplementary budget, Tinubu removed billions of naira and he allocated the money anyhow. That is where he distributed the money. He said he wants to buy 5 billion naira yacht that is called presidential yacht. He said he wants to buy convoy car for his wife and all of that in the name of the office of the first lady that is not constitutional. He said he wants to buy SUV cars for the senators so that they can be using it to be cruising on the bad road of Nigeria. They said the roads of Nigeria are bad, that they can't ride their cars in the road of Nigeria. The road of Nigeria, once they go to their villages and they go into town, they go into cities and all of that, once they go to enjoy themselves or they go on a visit, the senators are speaking here. They said once they travel down and all of that, they said the roads always make their body to be paining them. They said the roads are jaga road, that once they are driving their cars on it, the road will be giving their cars some level of inconvenience, that once they come back from their travel, they will have to take their cars to the mechanic and spend a lot of money on it and all of that. That is the complaint. Now, I said it in many of my videos, whose responsibility it is to fix the roads of Nigeria? Is it my hand that Nigerian taxes are going to? Are you paying your Nigerian taxes to Laju and all of that? If you're paying your Nigerian taxes to me, I will fix the road and you guys will be enjoying in this country. But I'm not a politician. The taxes of Nigerians are going to the hand of the politicians, and they are still the one coming out and telling us that they can't fix road. Now, these people lack their responsibility, and they still have the audacity, the autonomy, and the infantry to come out without fear. They are not scared of the masses again. They have the autonomy to come out and say that the roads are bad. That is why they want billions of naira SUV cars for them to be cruising on the road of Nigeria. And Tinubu allocated it for them. The same person that said he inherited debt did not think of how he can fix the debt and all of that. All he can think of is how to spend the remaining money in Nigeria for his luxurious lifestyle and the luxurious lifestyle of the senators and all of that. 100% telling us that the government is not for the common man, it's not for the masses. So that is what is happening in Nigeria right now. But finally, everywhere burst today as they finally named Tinubu a thinky thief and the hidden cabals in the Aso Rock that are putting Nigeria into this mess at the moment. All of them are exposed, and those ones that come out to say that if you should join APC, your sins are forgiven. If you are stealing Nigerian money, if you are stealing public money, your sins will be forgiven once you move from your party to APC. You'll be covered up. That is the game that they play now. Once you steal from the government and all of that, you need to join APC before your sin can be covered up, and EFCC will not investigate you. And that is the reason why EFCC is not investigating all these so-called APC people. You should notice the people that EFCC are investigating are the common men and even the PDP, the opposition party, and all of that. It will be very hard for you to say that EFCC investigate an APC person. So that is what is happening. Now, stay connected to the end of this video. You will hear what they said in this video. Tinubu is in serious trouble. Come and see show. Stay connected. I'm coming back again.
It is apt in the sense that it describes where we are as a people, who we have become, and what our country has transformed into. Nigeria is the gangster's paradise, and it is indeed the victim's hell. What do I mean? Let me place this in context for you. There is, or no, let me rephrase that. There are multiple documentary evidence of Mr. Adams Oshiomhole saying categorically, as the chairman of the APC, you can decide what is the acronym, saying spectacularly in public, join our party and your sins are forgiven. Join our party and your sins are forgiven. Let's disconstruct that first. What party? The conglomeration known as the APC. What sins? The crimes against the Nigerian people. The multiple crimes against the Nigerian people. Those are the sins that the Pope of corruption, or shall I say the cardinal of corruption, pronounced and said, join our party and your sins are forgiven. The president of the country at this point in time, when the statement was made, was General Muhammadu Buhari, the one who rode into office on the back of anti-corruption, the one who rode into office as the champion of the Talakawa, the wretched of the heart. He was almost a mythical figure in the northern part of Nigeria, where they believed that he would solve all the problems created by those who had looted this country blind. He was the president of the country when the chairman of the political party that brought him to power stated in the public space, join our party and your sins are forgiven. But Muhammadu Buhari was not corrupt. Nah, he wasn't corrupt. He was worse than corrupt. You all were the ones who never got the memo. The man came to install the reign of impunity. And you all should have known because you were adequately warned. A man was marketing anti-corruption, but he surrounded himself with the most corrupt in the country. I'll give you the background. Before the creation of the APC, there was a party known as the AC. That party, I used to refer to it as the party of thinking thieves. That was what I used to call them, thinking thieves. And I used to call the other one, the PDP, unthinking thieves. These are in writing and in several speeches. The essential differences between the two, let me just even point, there was only one key difference between the two. The AC, because it was obliged to play opposition party politics in order to survive, pretended to care about your opinion, so they bought the press, and they always had the narrative behind their stealing, so they will budget what they will steal. If that seemed lost on you, remember the difference between 2 million and 2 billion. Remember the fragrance? That's how they do business in Lagos. They budget it properly and then they steal it. So there's proper appropriation. They give you the form. It is the content you never have. They will give you all the highfalutin, big sounding English, PPP. What they call PPP at any point in time is part of the state privatized into Tinubu and his cronies' pockets. Jagaban PLC. Those are the beneficiaries, but they at least bothered to lie to the people, and to a very large extent they cared to pretend to be working. So you find them painting bad roads, you find them putting traffic lights, you find them telling you, oh, we are doing bus lane, even though they do not create any additional lane. They come and put barricades and reduce the number of lanes available to everybody. Then they take that privatized lane and then they give to their cronies. They privatize it thinking. They don't just take it and grab it by not. They knew how to make it seem like they were working for you. That was the AC brand, the Tinubu franchise. That was the brand. That brand was the one I was referring to as the thinking thieves. And then you had the unthinking thieves, the PDP, brazen thievery. Those ones couldn't care less because nobody was checking over them. They were the ones in power for 16 years. They were just taking with reckless abandon, without bothering to do paperwork. They did not bother with the niceties of all of that. It was brazen. So I used to call them unthinking thieves. They were the ones who they would appropriate money for a non-existent road, and they would chop it, and then they would appropriate money to build a bridge over a non-existing road. Those were their many years. So you now had a situation where a part of the unthinking thieves, the Saraki wing, I believe that part of that, the thinking part, the ones who still had the capacity to recognize what was in their own political best interest, left, formed an alliance with the thinking thieves of the AC. Then they went and brought the man with the magic in the north, Megeskia. They went and brought him with his 10 million votes in the north. So when they brought that Megeskia, the aspiring thieves of the CPC, aspiring thieves, they had never had the opportunity to steal. That is, when I say they, I'm not talking BUHARI, because I cannot recall him ever producing anything other than to feed fat of Nigeria. So now you have the aspiring thieves of the CPC, the thinking thieves of the AC, a faction of the PDP, then you have the Abga of Rochas. They came together and they formed a body, and they came to you and told you they wanted to fight corruption, and you bought it. And it was easy to buy, because what were they up against? The PDP that had 16 years to soil its pants in the public space so often, that was hopelessly divided. Tinubu is the master of propaganda. He holds the Nigerian press almost effectively. The TV or rating, either if he does not own the TV, radio, or newspaper house outrightly, it is owned by proxies or owned by clients who will happily do as they are told. So the narrative is always shaped, and the Nigerian people got that narrative. So you have a new party. This party is not bound by the rules of any game. This is it. They don't tell you what they are not, and you were warned. You were warned. So the aspiring chiefs of the CPC, that wing of the APC, took power behind the man touted as the anti-corruption guru of Nigeria, the patron saint of anti-corruption. BUHARI became the patron saint of the forces of impunity in the Nigerian state. APC was vetted, fully in power, unrestrained by anything but common sense or good conscience. A conglomeration, I repeat, of thieves and crooks. Not that the other parties are much different, or even the populace ourselves were a reflection of our rulers or ruiners, as the case might be. But what we have today is a gangster's paradise. It is the gangster's paradise because the political class has effectively fused into one. And it is the gangster's class because it is the class that is now above the law. If you ever had any doubt about what I'm saying to you, look to the National Assembly. I see very little difference between the men and women that sat in that assembly. There might be tokenist resistance to madness, and I haven't seen too many of them, except where selfish interest. Because the only time I have heard a voice in that Senate speaking against the madness going on in there was when the issue of minority leadership came up. Outside of that, what have we seen? One single Senate united against the people. Nothing new there. That's the way it's always been. So now, if you now have a political class, people essentially by groups. If you don't believe me, let's go take a look at our federal cabinet. Should we talk about Matawale? Just days before his nomination went to the Senate, literally days before, he was meant to be answering charges. The EFCC was hauling him around. He sits in the federal cabinet today. Akpabio. Yes, now you have you forgotten? Yes, that Niger Delta Commission probe, where they were busy explaining how these things were shared. That's your Senate president now. He was in the federal executive at the time when they were busy offing the mic. Where is Ponde today? In spite of the fainting spell in the Senate, nothing will happen to Ponde. Yeah. If it was me and you, a lot will happen to us. But it's the gangster's paradise. It is the gangster's paradise. You remember what they told us after the electoral heist in February? Go to court. Oh yeah, the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. So the common man feels the pains of the reign of impunity. The common man runs to the court, the last hope of the common man. You even find that the system would use the court, which is meant to be the court of justice, to oppress the common man, the victim. Omoyele Sowore has been the victim of the Nigerian state and its court systems for what? Like the last 4 years, unable to step out of the country. Meanwhile, those who are looting the country dry, they're going back and forth. Nothing is happening to them. There are persons who came all the way since 2020. They are still in prison because of NSAS. Some of them haven't been taken to court more than once or twice. And the state continues to deny their very existence. That's the court system. The last hope of the common man that has become the tool of oppression of the common man. What about you? How long before the judicial system realized that it should be left alone? What about the young man that was picked up in place of his brother, the publisher? What about Anolorun? Look how the judicial system was used to oppress and keep him down. How many more are being kept oppressed, unjustly imprisoned, because the judicial system, instead of providing succor, has become part and parcel of the problem and has become itself an instrument of oppression of the victimized? Where is the justice? Where? Exactly where is the justice? When it is the judiciary that is protecting the reign of impunity. If you thought that what Oshiomhole was saying was some fanciful nonsense, and Oshiomhole has a way of giving what you would consider freudian slips, but which I know are just signaling. The other day he was telling everybody, if you cannot bear the pain of rigging, do not come into politics. The pain of rigging. That's the name of the game as far as they are concerned. It's not about democracy, so don't let's fool ourselves. And if you thought that was a joke, who is the chairman of the APC today? Gandola. Gandola is the chairman of the APC. That is them explaining to you. Look, even when a man, as the executive governor of a state that was implementing Sharia, was caught stuffing money into Babariga, turning himself into a mobile borrow the change on camera, it does not matter. That is the person who sits at the head of the party that is ruling Nigeria today. I say this to you again. We, the victims, are the ones who will have to find the unity of purpose to free ourselves. Let me say this. We will not vote our way out of this mess. It's impossible to vote our way out of this mess. At some point, we're all going to come to the knowledge of the fact that we would have to unite to throw off the yoke around our necks. Why do I keep preaching unity? I'll tell you. The more divided we are, the more it assures the continuation and longevity of our servitude. But when we unite around common purposes such as freedom, equal rights, better living conditions for all of us, not just for a few, future for our children, freedom for our race. There are so many things to unite behind. The faster and quicker we, as a collective, will throw off the yoke of victimhood. Find common grounds. Find common purpose. I'm not going to lead the revolution calling people into the streets when we are the ones who will be fighting ourselves on the streets. The system will love that. You need to find common purposes before you can face your common enemies, because it's the gangster's paradise. And in case you don't realize it, whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Ijaw, Anan, TV, whatever you care to be. Whatever you care to be. If you do not find the grace to unite, and I see you, Dennis, can the country battling with religious and tribal divisions unite? You had better find the grace to do so, or very soon you'll be busy taking pot shots at each other, because this system as it is unsustainable. You are either going to save yourselves together, or you are going to at some point begin to take pot shots at each other. Justice is the first condition of humanity. A country that thrives on dividing its people, refusing justice to the victims, will eventually implode. The totality of my own intervention is to show you that in spite of the many reasons why you have been divided and why you have remained divided, you must find the grace to unite. At least a critical mass must recognize the need to unite, or you'll soon be taking pot shots at yourselves.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what DELE FAROTIMI said in this very video. DELE FAROTIMI is not to say the truth at all costs. No matter what it's going to cost him, he will always say the truth. That man said it all in this video. And mind you, BUHARI was interviewed some days ago by NTA. They went to his house in Daura in Katsina. So they went to interview BUHARI and they were asking questions based on Nigeria. You should see the way BUHARI was responding to the questions. He was responding as if the matter of Nigeria does not even concern him at the moment. What is concerned about is the farm that he owns and all of that. Based on the question that the NTA journalist asked him, BUHARI was just talking like as if he does not have anything to do with Nigeria again. And mind you, this is the same man that have not been questioned based on the debt that he put Nigeria into. And it is not that during the regime of this BUHARI that put Nigeria in so much debt that Tinubu is talking about. It is not that in this regime that Nigerians are enjoying and all of that. There were hardship and all of that. It's just that the hardship in the regime of BUHARI is not up to the hardship in the regime of Tinubu at the moment. But people were not enjoying. People cannot even afford to eat 2 square meals in the regime of BUHARI, and that same BUHARI is feeling as if he does not want to have anything to do with Nigerian matter again. And he have not been questioned based on how he used the public fund, your money and my money. They have not questioned him based on that. So that is what is happening now. A lot of people were seeing BUHARI as a saint and all of that, but DELE FAROTIMI have said it all in this video. He said BUHARI is more corrupt than all these corrupt politicians. He said for you to allow some set of cabals, very corrupt cabals in the Aso Rock Chamber, for you to allow them to be dictating to you what you should do and how you should run the affairs of the country and all of that, that shows that you're part of them and you are more corrupt than they do, because they were seeing BUHARI then as their godfather and all of that. So that is what is happening. These people who deceived Nigerians. He called APC people a thinking thief. That was what DELE FAROTIMI said in this video. He said PDP are unthinking thieves. He said APC think ahead of time. They know how to dabble the masses. They know how to play on the intelligence of the masses, the citizens to which they claim that they're serving. That is why APC are remaining in power. That is what DELE FAROTIMI said in this place. He said when APC wanted to come into power, they deceived Nigeria based on the atrocity that the unthinking thieves, which is the PDP people, the atrocity that the PDP have committed with Nigeria fund and all of that for the past 16 years. It is very obvious that the corruption in the time of and in the regime of Jonathan is very obvious. These people were mafiaing Nigerian money in such a way that nobody can even question them. Even when you are seeing the corruption working with walking stick and all of that, and even putting on red face cap and all of that, walking buoyantly in the streets, you can't ask them in the regime of PDP. They thief Nigerian money anyhow. That is what is happening. And when Nigerians were fed up, APC came up in the hand of Tinubu. They said they want to fight corruption. They used the strategy based on what PDP were doing to Nigerians. PDP were stealing Nigerian money. Now APC came up, they formulate themselves, and these stinky thieves came out and they said they want to fight corruption. And mind you, they are more corrupt than the PDP people. They said they want to fight corruption, so they raised someone that Nigerians see as a trustworthy entity. They see BUHARI as someone that is trusted. So that is who APC raised. And after they raised BUHARI, they said BUHARI want to fight corruption. That is how they were able to win PDP in the 2015 election. The PDP that have been ruling for 16 years and nothing changes in Nigeria, APC used that method to win them. aiming that they want to fight for corruption and all of that, and at the end of the day, they themselves, they are the corruption themselves. APC are the real definition of corruption. It's not even the PDP at the moment. Now, you can see what is going on. You can see what DELE FAROTIMI said in this video, how Jagaban Enterprises, Jagaban PSC came into power and all of that. And DELE FAROTIMI said it finished in this video, said there's no amount of votes that can make APC people to leave that seat at the moment. It is only revolution. That is what DELE FAROTIMI said. And before a revolution can take place, Nigerians or the people of the country need to unite. According to what DELE FAROTIMI said in this place, there must be unity. The people must be united. Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, all of that, Bini, Ijo, all of that, all of them must be united before they can take these people out of power. That is when revolution works. Revolution doesn't work with disunity and all of that, because once the politicians that they're fighting against, once they see that these people are even fighting themselves, there's no unity among them, they will be very happy because they know that the revolution thing will not be able to stand. It won't be very solid. So that is what DELE FAROTIMI said. There must be unity first. We need to have unity in Nigeria. We should not have this tribal sentiment. You should not have this religious sentiment and all of that. Everything should be neglected. Muslim must come with Christian must come with traditionalists and all of that. All of them must come together. That is when they can keep these people out of power and a new Nigeria can take place. That is what DELE FAROTIMI said in this video. This is not my own personal opinion. The guy said it all in this very video. You can see what is going on. He said how APC was formed from ACN, how PDP people, corrupt people from PDP come together and they collide with the AC people, Action Congress back then. You know, Action Congress was the party of Tinubu that were ruling in Lagos State back then, and they were the one that come together with the corrupt people of PDP and they formulate APC, and that is what is terrorizing Nigeria at the moment. A lot of people keep going to church and all of that. They keep praying against demons that they have not seen. But the question is, we are already seeing demons in Nigeria, and the demons in Nigeria are real demons that we are seeing day in and day out. And the demons terrorizing Nigeria right now, they are the APC and the PDP. Those are the two demons that are terrorizing this country. It's not only APC. PDP people are also demons terrorizing this country. You know, Oshomole came out some days ago during the presidential election campaign. He said people should join APC, that once they join APC, their sins will be forgiven. No matter the atrocity, no matter the offense that anyone would have committed before, once you join APC as a politician or all of that, nobody can investigate it. That was what Oshomole said. He said it boldly and he defended it. He said, no matter what you have done in this country, no matter the level of money that you've stolen, once you join APC, nobody will investigate it, nobody will challenge you, nobody will look for you. Your sins are forgiven. You can imagine Bunavan entering the house of Tinubu before he become president of Nigeria. You can see that nobody investigated him. It will be very hard for you to see FCC investigating APC officials and all of that. They only go after opposition parties and even Yahoo boys and all of that, and even innocent citizens in the country. They go after them, they extort them. When they see that there's more money in their hand, like as Christmas is approaching now, FCC are moving up and down looking for who to devour. The person that offend and the person that did not offend. Those are the people that they're carrying. They will never go to the APC people that are mafiaing billions of naira from Nigerian money and all of that. So that is what is going on. Drop a opinion in the comment section of this video, as I'm going to click that like button for you. Ensure you follow me on all my social media handles, on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and on LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass me, corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church.